Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and welcome to episode 20 Mother Humpin' 8 of the Philly Shakedown podcast. I'm here with my man, the better half of the Philly Shakedown, the man, the myth, the legend, one JoeyShakes. What is happening, Mr. Halloween?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm excited about tomorrow and this matchup against Carolina. Can the Eagles pull it off? We're gonna find out.
That's exactly right. And what's going on, everybody here? Marion, Petey, Lucas, cryptologist. Hey, cryptologist, I gotta email you back. Let's do some crypto, baby. Keon, the Aldridge. Hey, everybody coming in here right now. Thank you, Jadis Young. There you are. Don't you frown, Jadis Young. It's Philly Shakedown. We here. Mm-hmm. So, man, this game tomorrow is, in my opinion, even though not officially, not mathematically a must-win, I think the Eagles need this game bad,
mm-hmm.
big time, man. Going down to Carolina, then having to face the Bucs on Thursday night is a bad proposition, you know.
Yeah, they have to get this win now, and we need to find our identity on offense. And obviously, this, a lot of speculation with this defense of what's been going on this past week. Nick's looks like he's been honing in on the defensive coaches and putting Jonathan Gannon on the spot this week. And this is a coach that he hired, guys. So, something we have to look out for, definitely.
Yeah. And Bird Gang 31 is here. Shout out to Bird Gang 31. He says, salute to the ghost. Thanks for the stream, my guy. Yeah, for those that don't know, I was just on Bird Gang 31's stream. So definitely click his link, sub him up, and then, later on go check out the show that I just did with him. But shout out to him. Freeman Luma, what's happening, man? Yeah, I think this is a big time game, and one of the videos I did today for my channel memberships was, and this is a far out there question, but I had to ask because it's been on my mind lately. Do you think Nick Sirianni could be a one and done coach?
He could. I mean, really, it all depends on if this offense grows and these players grow in due time. I have a lot more faith in this offense than I do in this defense right now. So I think with more chemistry and I don't know. It just depends what kind of game he calls. Depends if we still have a run game this year. You know what I mean? Right. Miles Sanders can't be happy about what's going on right now. So if you're, I don't know. Are you going to put more? If we lose more games, is that going to overtake Nick Sirianni's failings this year, or is it going to be as long as the Eagles stay in games or score points just enough to where maybe Nick Sirianni's putting these guys in the right direction? Is that going to be enough to keep him here as the head coach next year? So I don't know.
Right. Well, I mean, there were reports today that came out talking about that he's growing frustrated with Jonathan Gannon already. We're four weeks in, and we're already dealing with this. Okay, and it's just, to me, it's like is the blame already going somewhere? I mean, if the Eagles don't win, let's say the next two games, and we're looking at 1-5 start, you got to wonder where what the players are going to think. You know what I mean?
Fingers are going to start pointing and blame's going to be shifted somewhere. So it's going to get aggravating for some of these players. And, let's see what the front office does on top of it. So I don't know.
Yeah. We got a super chat from the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Holmes mullet with that beautiful face. Hey, is that Denzel Washington in that thumbnail over there? He said, thank you for super chat. He says, I need a wrench. Dude, you already got one. I just checked. You already got one. You're good to go, my man. But shout out to Mark Holmes mullet. By the way, speaking of Mark Holmes, I got to do this one more time. There you go. Mark Holmes is my daddy.
Today is so what? You have to wear it till tomorrow, and that's it.
This is the last show that I have to do with this mother humping
Oh,
thing.
nice. Good.
I've done the whole week, but every show I have to say Mark Holmes is my daddy until tomorrow. Then he's put me up for adoption.
So what are you gonna do? So what are you gonna do with that after?
I'm probably gonna burn it. I think I'm gonna burn it. I'll probably film it too, but I gotta burn it,
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I thought Jonathan Gannon. I thought Nick Sirianni did a better job last week with his game plan, but it still fell short. He did not use Miles Sanders enough. I don't understand why he doesn't use Miles Sanders more.
No, they're not even running enough in red zone either. Like I know they're using Gainwell north and south, and it looks like they're using Miles Sanders for screen passes, dump offs, like outside stuff. It's just not enough. Like you're not, you got one more year for Miles Sanders on his contract. Like maybe, here's the thing. Here's an example I want to bring up. Just like when we drafted Derek Barnett, when Vinny Curry was getting paid a lot of money, we let him go. Could Gainwell be the factor in why they picked him up and maybe don't want to sign Miles Sanders after next year?
I don't know. I hope this is not the case, because to me, Miles Sanders is kind of back that, you could give him the ball 5 times. He may go 2 yards the first time, 3 yards the second time, 4 yards the fourth time, but he'll go 80 yards the fifth time.
Yep.
This is an explosive guy who I think he led the league last year in over 50-yard runs. You have to give him the ball. Perfect example. What about when it was 1st and goal at the 2 after the penalty? They don't even run them. I just don't understand the mentality. Even if you like Gainwell and your plan is to not re-sign Miles Sanders, you still got to use them while you have them. You should even use them more, because you shouldn't be worried about wearing him out, how many carries he gets or whatever. So to me, it just doesn't make sense,
And the thing is that when you run the football, you're making the defense work for those tackles. You're making it's how you tire out a defense as well. You have to run the football. If you keep passing, it makes it an really easy game for the defense if you're just passing all the time. So it's because you're making the defense come up and make those tackles and fill those gaps and exert more energy on top of it, which they're not doing. I know it sounds stupid, but it's in reality it's true. They're making it way too easy. So
yeah. No question. Jesse Davis says Rex Ryan would totally take the DC coordinator job. I look for in honor of his dad. Let's do it. I would do that in a second. That's the kind of defense you need. You need a defense that is going to put pressure on the quarterback. When we talk about this game, we're going to talk about defensive pressure. But I'm all for it. Deshaun Day says, "Damn, 500 live all day." Hey man, I do what I can do. I do what I can do. You know what I mean? But, we working hard. Timothy Looper, what is up, my friend from Terrell, Texas? I don't know if I've ever been to Terrell, Texas. Where's that? Is that near Dallas? 40 ounce to freedom. We need the freedom. Thank you for the super chat. He said, would start Miles Sanders or Gainwell. I think with the O-line banged up, Gainwell has more upside. Gainwell may have more upside, but I think Miles is the better guy to go with right now. I'm telling you, if they feed Miles, if he has 15 carries in tomorrow's game, and let's say he has over 100 yards, they're going to win the game. Yeah. I really think so. But I'm not saying don't use Gainwell. Use them both. Matter of fact, bring Jordan Howard up too. Let's get him and Ball Scott in the mix. Run the ball. But thank you for super chat, my man. That's my opinion. Solo Scratcher, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Hey Philly, who is your daddy?" Mark Holmes is my daddy. For another 24 hours. And then that's it. And then it's him and Pizzle. I want to talk a little bit about that Giant Cowboy game a little later, because that game's, to me, that's a very important game for the rest of the NFC East. Dallas is good. I hate to say it, but they're good. Mm-hmm. And they could run away from this division very, very fast, What is going into this game, what is your biggest, what do you think the Eagles need to do more than anything else to beat Carolina?
Well, starting with no penalties, that's probably number one, and drive killers. I think that's definitely the start of everything, and then you just got to really balance out your offense. Jalen Hurts got to not overthrow and underthrow, and if he has to run, then run. It is what it is. Like I know Mulata comes back this week. You're gonna be moving some guys around, but I think we'll have good protection. Front seven for Carolina's not bad at all, but I think they just got to balance. I say if they balance the offense out, take pressure off your quarterback so he's not throwing all game. I think you could win this. I think you could have won. You left 3 touchdowns on the off the table last game. Really, you know what I mean? They could have won that game. So It's crazy.
Mark Holmes accepted the bet with Pizzle. That's great. The hair bet. I gotta be honest. Now that he accepted the bet, I masterminded this whole thing. And he fell right into my trap. Yeah. I'm like the deep state on YouTube. I work out behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Boys for life in the house. What's up, buddy? He says, Cowboys win. You give me your favorite Eagles jersey. Eagles win. I buy you a belt week 18. I'll think about it. Yeah, we'll think about it because I may not have a belt to do. If the Giants lose, if the Giants lose to Dallas, then I'm going to lose the belt because it's going to go to Michael Anthony, Where's the Fitness? And then me and Pizzle aren't going to be able to have anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it is,
Where's
there's Esprit de Booth laying the law. I'm about to cancel soon. I don't know what's going on there, but I love you. She knows I love her. She runs the show. But where's she been, Let's see. What do you think? What do you think about this defense going up against Carolina's offense? Because to me, I think the key to this game is the Eagles got to get pressure on Darnold. Like, you have to get pressure on Darnold. You have to blitz Darnold. If you can rattle him, you'll be good to go.
I think they can. I mean, I think they're matched up well. I mean, it's another week where they're matched up well, and I mean, we just need to see more from this defensive line because I think between the cornerbacks and I think Slay's played very well. Nelson's given up a couple passes, but they can only do so much. I think Avonte Max has played well too. I think you could rattle Darnold. I think you can. I think the Panthers' left tackle is out, so I think you have I don't think they have a really good backup in there this week. So I think you could get some pressure on him, but that's only if they get pressure on him.
Right.
And and how they we've already talked. Gannon's already mentioned he's not playing dime. And that's a problem. You have 6 defensive backs on dime. You don't do that, so you move your safeties back almost 15 yards, and then you pretty much have your line back. I mean, they gave the Chiefs way too much room last week. So they have to. Because I don't like Eric Wilson. I don't like these linebackers at all. Besides maybe Singleton, that'd be a nice role player. I don't like our linebackers at all.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's how they're used, but it's both. I think it's a skill set, and he's not catering to their skill set. So and you're not blitzing on top of it. So if you're leaving that much room for these receivers, you don't. They're not making the receivers earn fight for their yards. I mean, they're making it pretty simple for them. So it's a problem.
No, I agree. So Esprit de Booth, I guess you rejoined Throne Room of Dingbat. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining. May go to tinfoil, whatever you got to do. I didn't see that in the in StreamYard.
It doesn't show up.
It does not show up at all.
Never does.
So I didn't see that at all. So that's why I didn't say anything. But shout out to Esprit de Booth. She runs the show here. She's like the queen here. But shout out to you. Thank you for rejoining. Appreciate it. I don't know why it doesn't show up. I have no idea, Oh, I didn't rejoin? I don't know then. I have no idea why I didn't. Well, I don't know what happened then. So I don't know what's going on with that. But it didn't show up at all. But thank you for everything. I will say that, Let's see here. Our defense is already exposed. I think that this defense has to get pressure. I don't know if Jonathan Gannon's the guy. I don't know if he's going to blitz. I don't know if he's going to do what he needs to do. But if you don't blitz and you don't get pressure, you're done. Do you realize that Avonte Maddox has more sacks than Fletcher Cox and Derek Barnett combined.
It's crazy.
Isn't that
I
crazy?
watched and here's what I put it on Twitter the other. So when I watched the Rams game a couple night on Monday night, right? Aaron Donald's a beast, okay, and got double teamed plenty of times. Got in the backfield plenty of times. I remember there was one sack he got. He got double teamed, but he was smart about it. He can get stuck in the double team. He moved back a little bit. He kind of changed direction. Got the sack. He did a really good job, and I'm just sitting here. I'm not seeing Fletcher Cox do any of that. I see him get single blocked, and really to put a question back to you about the defensive line in general. Like, is it like they're shooting their gaps? So is it a coaching issue? Like, these guys are vets, so I don't like. What's the problem with these guys, especially the depth behind it? Like, why aren't they getting pressure? Why aren't they beating? I mean, Javon Hargrave's the only 5 sacks, right? 5 sacks for Hargrave. 5. It's great. Yeah. It's great. I'm glad.
I think there are two different things going on. One, I think the loss to Brandon Graham really hurt them a lot. Mm-hmm. Energy, leadership. But I think the defensive ends are the ones struggling. And then I think they're trying to, you know how they're going 4-3 base to 3-4 base, and they're moving Fletcher Cox around on the outside. Also, I don't think it works. I think you have to say this is not a team that should be running 3-4. They don't have the linebackers for it, first of all. And they shouldn't even be doing it. Do what makes, do what your players do best. Use your talent and what you have and what works well. Build your scheme around that. This idea that we're going to try to force things like Fletcher Cox to do new things is stupid. His production's already dropping off, right? It's already dropping off. That said, in my opinion, I don't know.
You're not paying a defensive tackle just take double. See, this is what I don't get about some of these fans. Like, he's taking double teams, but he's got to do more than just take double. You're telling me he's going to be paid that much money just to take double teams and not be disruptive? Like, if he takes a double team, it frees up somebody else. Okay, I get you on that, but you got to produce yourself. You can't take a double team. At least if he took a double team and kind of went skinny between both of those guys and at least try to get some to at least get some disruption in the backfield, then I'd be okay with it. But he's not. He's getting taken out of the play like every week. I mean, right. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
And Barnett's getting more percentage snaps than Josh Sweat. I don't get what they're doing. Like, I don't get what the rotation, what Gannon's doing. Like, his substitutions are horrible. Kerrigan has done nothing. Barnett's just getting penalty after penalty. I mean, it's a total. Our rookies aren't doing it. Milton Williams nowhere to be found. Teron Jackson, if he's even there, nowhere to be found. It's depleted. Like, there's no production.
Yeah,
it's hard.
No, I mean, Fletcher Cox's production has been going down for years. Okay, and now they're trying to get him to do other things, and it's really flatlining his production. As Marie DeBlue says, I'd rather the Cowboys win. I hate the Giants. I hate them both too, but I think, and we'll talk about this a little bit. I think you need the Giants to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. But I mean, I see. Here's the thing. Hargrave has been an absolute beast. And some people say, well, that's because they double-team Fletcher Cox all the time. But they've been double-teaming Fletcher Cox for years.
It's more than
years.
That.
It is more than that. I think the defensive ends are not good right now.
No.
I mean, Josh Sweat has a half a sack all year. We just paid him. He has a half a sack. Derek Barnett, 0 sacks. Kerrigan, 0 sacks. You got to get production out of those edge rushers, dude. You do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Takeem says 34 Eagles 34, Panthers 16 final score. Miles Sanders gets 20 plus carries, over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, from your lips to God's ears, because that's what we need.
I don't think they're gonna run him 10 times tomorrow. I mean, look, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't think they're running him even 10 times tomorrow. I really don't. I just don't. It's either they're gonna run too much. They're either gonna run too much or they're gonna pass too much. I just don't feel like I don't feel like he has that rhythm like that. I don't think he finds that balance in the offense. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I think the Eagles have a very good chance of winning tomorrow if they can do 2 things: run the ball and get pressure on Darnold. And when I say pressure, I mean they're going to have to dial up blitzes. They're going to have to bring people because because Darnold, I think Darnold's like his numbers when he has pressure is horrible. Mm-hmm. You have to get pressure on him. You know what I mean? Yeah, Hargrave has been double teamed as well. Hargrave, though, he came from Pittsburgh, which was a 3-4 defense. So he's played in it a lot more than Fletcher Cox. So, yeah, than Fletcher Cox, not Fletcher's Cox. Yes. Right. Yes. You screwed me up with this whole Fletcher Cox thing.
I didn't do anything.
Every time I say it, I always screw this up now. We got 233 people here. Please please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And click the link in the description. Sub up my man, JoeyShakes. Eagles Lifer, thank you for the super chat. He says, season's done. Hate Giants. Hope Dallas destroys them. So you're already giving up in the season. I'm about a few weeks away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From that. My hope is that we win. We'll probably lose to Tampa. And then maybe we could go upset the Raiders somehow. That's what I'm hoping.
I think offensively for this game, I think with the linebacker out this week, was it Shaq? I forgot his name at linebacker, but he's going to be out. They could do a lot of RPOs, throw in the middle. Even the KC game, like that little screen to Davonte Smith and just seeing the speed. I mean, it's crazy. Like, oh my God, I want to exploit this guy even more. So I want to expand his role so bad. It's crazy. Crazy how much talent that kid has. We haven't done much with it yet.
No, we haven't. What are your thoughts on? Okay, this is gonna piss me off, but I gotta ask this. Why is JJ Arcega?
I don't know.
Still playing?
I don't know because I really feel like they. I mean, literally, I feel like JJ's in the game because Howie is trying to at least make something of this pick, and I don't know. But Greg Ward should be the star. Greg Ward should be in there. I mean, and there's a guy in Greg Ward that's still on the bench, and the guy can get separation. The guy can catch footballs. I mean, the guy is good. Okay, and JJ is a waste. I mean, he can't get. I haven't seen where's the ball yet because Nick has already talked about receptions will come his way. Like I haven't seen them throw. I haven't seen them even touch him. Nothing. Even target him one time. As of right now.
Every time he comes in, if you're the defense, you're going to say they're either running the ball or they're going to do a wide receiver screen. Every single time, that's what they do. He stinks. And I watched Thursday. I have to watch DK Metcalf go off on Thursday. I'm never going to get over it.
It makes you sick.
I'm damaged.
It's not even just Metcalf. It's Terry McLaurin. It's AJ Brown. It's all those receivers that are good. They're all good, but he picked the worst one out of them all. I mean, you won't draft.
Let's run the numbers here. Okay.
But here's a crazy thing though. You won't draft Metcalf because he had like the neck issues and or the neck issues, but you'll draft Landon Dickerson that had 2 season-ending injuries, 2 knee injuries, 2 ankle injuries.
I do not believe that for the life of me, dude. I think that's the lamest excuse for them to try to use injuries to justify after taking Sidney Jones and then taking Landon Dickerson.
That's what I'm saying.
No way. That's a lie. They're just lying to cover their ass.
Right.
They screwed up. They screwed up big time with him. And he's still playing. That's the thing I don't get. I need to see more Quez Watkins. Watkins should get as many snaps as Davonte Smith, in my opinion. Then you could rotate Ward and Rager at the slot.
Yeah, so do you think Quez... All right, 2 questions. Do you think Quez is legit, could be a number 2 and when this offense is actually looking normal? Or do you think Jalen Rager is more of like a third down type gadget wide receiver right now?
I see Rager. I think Rager could be a very good slot receiver with these guys. I think Quez Watkins could be one of the best number 2s in the league.
And by the way, he actually holds the top reception yardage from that 49ers game, the 93 yard. I think the 93 yards. He holds the top reception this year. But no, I agree. You have to. Quez is going to be a good player. I mean, I just don't want to waste these years on these offenses with this head coach right now, not knowing how to. I mean, we got the whole scoop this offseason. First, it's fundamentals. They can't do that. They're not fundamentally sound because they're getting penalties every single play, and then using players to their strengths. We were promised that. That's not happening. A run-first team. That's not happening. I mean, I don't know. Like, we got a lot of talk, but no show, unfortunately.
No show.
No.
No show. I mean, I agree. Michael, man, thank you for super chat. He said, as a Panthers fan, can I join the stream? Yeah, you're welcome to hang out with us. Thank you for being here, man.
Of course.
We don't mind. We don't mind you coming in, listening, talking football with us. We got a tough game tomorrow against you guys. Christopher, thank you for the super chat. He says, doesn't Howie have final say on who plays? I don't think Howie has final say this year. I think he had final say in the last 3 picks of the roster. However, this does play into my conspiracy, and thank you for super chat. You gotta wonder, dude, about the whole running game. I can't help but think about what happened to Doug, and the fact that they did not like that he was running the ball even in wins. I mean, could it be possible that that's why they don't run the ball?
I think it's fishy. The past 2 years it's happening, but this year it's even worse than last year. Like the same thing is happening like it did last year with Doug. So we're starting to figure out now that maybe that he's bringing, Nick's being brought into the office after every game saying, oh, even if we win, I think even when Doug won last year, they still brought him upstairs, say, oh, you're not running the ball, you're not passing the ball enough. It's happening, and it's weird. It's happening 2 years straight. So there's something there. Something's happening. Something fishy's going on. There's got to be.
Oh, definitely. Parker, thank you for the super chat. He says, hey, 500 and Joey, seems like Gannon won't be sharing a cannoli with Sirianni tonight. It depends what you mean by cannoli. Like, are you talking about the food or what's in the pants? 2 different things. Thank you for the super chat. Mark Holmes Mullet. He says, Morgan Freeman is better than Denzel Washington.
I don't know.
I mean, dude, I know I look like Denzel Washington. That everybody knows that by now. But Morgan Freeman's a great actor. But I'm not an actor. I just look like the guy. You know what I mean? I can't help it. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird things. The reason I say the whole Doug conspiracy thing is because this coach, literally spoke about doing the complete opposite of the things that he's done so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird to me,
I don't know how you talk that much and just don't show it on the field. I mean, we've already given up 2 40-plus point games already. Yeah. And I think with Jim Schwartz, we've only given up 1 40-point game as it is right now. So it's not going to get any better.
I agree. It's funny. I have to keep going back and forth because for whatever reason, not everything shows up in StreamYard. It's weird. I don't know why.
I've been looking, but
it's like I had somebody last week who were like, you didn't see anything I was saying, and I went back and looked, and he was saying stuff, but was not showing up on StreamYard. It's just weird. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see here. Let's get some questions. Yeah, Brad Pitt. I do look a little bit like Brad Pitt. That is true. I said, "What's in the box? What's in the box?"
Hey, Brad Pitt.
Mark Holmes says, "Are you going to do a tinfoil Zoom?" I am. I'm going to start doing, I think, one conspiracy Zoom meeting, and I'm going to do 2 throne rooms a month, and so throne room will get 3. But yeah, I'm thinking about it because I'm doing some stuff with my tinfoils, But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I think if the Eagles come out and run the ball well and get pressure on Darnold, I think they win this game, dude. I really think that they win, and I think they can win fairly good. The guy that scares me most is the receivers. Yeah. They got really good receivers, and if they have time to throw, they're going to kill us. They're going to kill us. You know what I mean?
Speed. Yeah.
A lot of speed. And then we get so one thing I want to talk about too is we're getting Jordan Mailata back this week. But it sounds like he's going to right tackle. Dillard's going to be at left tackle. And I guess, is Driscoll playing right guard? Or is Herbig? I don't really understand what they're doing. I would think you could put Driscoll at right tackle. He played fairly well. Then you could put Mailata at left tackle, keep him there, and then let Herbig play right guard. That's probably how I would have done it.
Right.
What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
I don't know, because I haven't really been going crazy on the offensive line this week, but I know that Mulatto was coming back and they're moving him around. I mean, Mulatto's played both sides. They've cross-trained him good enough the past few years. So, I mean, he's played right side and played fairly well, but hopefully he's not too used to the left side, which he probably maybe is. So we'll see. They'll make the adjustments, obviously, if someone's having trouble. But, I mean, look, if they can get the protection that Jalen Hurts needs to make these throws, then great. But we got to run the ball, too. I mean, it's, it's another year of swapping offensive line all around every game. It's
right.
and shout out to Lane Johnson. Hope everything's good with him. There's been fans really dogging on him and really, saying really horrible things
I don't
about
know
his situation.
Do you know what his situation? I've
No.
heard two different things. I heard it was something to do with pills, and then I heard his wife left him or something. So I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Jesse Davis says DJ Moore is awesome. DJ Moore is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Jerome they just Carolina acquired Stephon Gilmore, but he's still hurt. So he's on the physically unable to perform list, I believe, still. So he's not going to probably even play, So that's good.
I forgot who to start. I know they have.
They got C.J. Henderson.
Yeah.
I forget who the other corner is, and then it looks like Christian McCaffrey is doubtful. I think that's the big loss for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that not having him there is key because look, we've been getting killed with the run. We've been getting killed by the run.
He's another one that can't stay healthy every year. He's another one that's always hurt.
I know, but when he's playing, he just does so much for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big break for us. David, thank you for super chat. He says, Cowboy fan here in the house. What's up, Philly? What's up, David? How you doing, buddy? I bet you're ready for tomorrow.
Oh, Dante Jackson's the other corner. What, Dante? I think Dante Jackson. He's pretty good, actually. He's actually pretty good.
500. Lane is okay. 6'6" multimillionaire, and he split with his wife 5 years ago. Well, I don't know then what people are talking about then. He split 5 years ago. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hope Lane, whatever it is, it's 2 weeks in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Philly halftime said, if we lose tomorrow, do you bench Hurts? I do not. I let Hurts play it out. If he's great. If he's horrible. But I let him play it out. The only way we're going to know is by him actually playing the whole season. At least to like week 11 or 12. I'm not doing anything,
it's easy just to bench. I mean, look, like the Eagles fans want quick success, and it's not going to happen. We're not going to have quick success. You got to let these guys grow. You got to let these guys play and let these guys make mistakes, okay? It's not like when you're at a job and you make a mistake, are you just going to leave the job and say, I'm not going to do this ever again and just quit? No, you're going to keep working at it. You're going to make mistakes along the way. This is the rebuilding process, guys. I know we're not, this is how we rebuild. We have to let these guys make mistakes and get a full year evaluation.
Yeah.
So
you have to get a full year evaluation, especially with the amount of picks that they got. Look, we're looking at you could have 2 top 10 picks coming up. So you got to make sure we need him to be the quarterback because I want to use those picks and load up on defense, dude. Alan, thank you so much for super chat, man. Appreciate it. He says, food for thought. Howie knows he won't be good this year. We're throwing a lot every game to help evaluate Hurts. Our priority is not to win games, but to know what we have in a quarterback moving forward.
Exactly.
I do think that the quarterback moving forward is the number one issue for this team. I think that's the number one thing you have to figure out. Maybe you're right. I mean, it could be. It could be. I mean, it would make a little sense why they don't run at all. Who knows? I don't know how he does weird things. You know what I mean? I do think, though, that Howie is on thin ice. I think he's on thinner ice than people think because he can't. He doesn't have the excuse anymore to say, "Well, the coach wasn't developing my players." He can't say that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, with Howie Roseman, I think you have to look at the drafts that we've had, and look if you even look at Joe Banner when he was the GM. Okay, we never held players over 30 years old. If you notice, we never held players over 30 years old. Number 2, he drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, between Howie Roseman, what he's done for maybe a couple players, barely even that. I don't know if Howie Roseman gets fired, this whole team will change instantly. Like so much dysfunction will be freed up, and I think I think good things are going to happen in Philadelphia. I don't know if I trust him with these picks next year. I don't know if they keep Nick and Gannon next year, and if they even keep Gannon. I'm already done with Gannon. I'm already out the door with Gannon because I don't think I'm going to see anything different the rest of the year. That's just me. I don't know. I'll give a full year evaluation, but I don't see any changes. He says doesn't have a philosophy. He's staying, where he's not gonna play dime. He's not. There's no adjustments. I mean, they started doing stunts with the defensive lineman against KC, and they were actually getting pressure on Mahomes, which one of them caused a pick for Eric Wilson, which is great. But I think with Howie Roseman out of the building, I think GMs are going to line up at the door. I think they're going to want this job. With you're going to have two. I think you have at least 2 top 10 picks, and if not that, see where that Carson Wentz pick goes, because Miami has Tampa Bay this week. So
It's crazy. Paul says starting cornerbacks for Panthers more Dante Johnson, AJ Bowie, with CJ Henderson as nickel cornerback, which is pretty good, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, and they got a pretty good pass rush. That's why I think you've got to try to run the ball tomorrow. I think it's key, no question about it. Let's see here. Howie would get a 3-year. Oh God, I hope not. I definitely hope not, man. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely technically Hurts' rookie season. I mean, he's only played 8 games. 8 games. That's why I don't get caught up in he holds the ball too long. He does this because he's still learning. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I see it. We got 300 people in the chat. Please please subscribe. If you haven't, click the link in the description. Go sub up the better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast. No question about it. You won't be disappointed. Stephon Gilmore is not playing tomorrow. He's definitely not. Gerald Beasley says hire Louis Riddick for GM. That's the guy I want. That's the guy I want. But I can tell you what, he can't work with Howie Roseman. He does not like Howie Roseman. So
true that.
Dude, the Eagles if they win tomorrow, it looks like Miami's got to play the Buccaneers tomorrow. I think that's a loss. So they're now 1-4. Okay, you have their first round pick, and you have the Colts playing the Ravens in Baltimore. They're probably going to lose that game. I mean, The Eagles could get really high picks here. I don't want to get into the old draft thing right now, but I mean, it's
exciting.
It's exciting to know, but you have to be able to pick the right guy. You have to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Witch King says, imagine Hurts throw an interception to Jeremy Chin tomorrow. With that pick, we could have made instead. Well, what was crazy about that pick was that the Eagles scouts were fighting with the analytics guys, they said, over Jeremy Chin, and Howie went against drafting Chin, which is what your football guys wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fire Howie shirt may be coming in a few weeks. We might have to do that. We may have to do that. Skyler, what's up? Got to run the ball, quick screen, slow down Carolina's front four. Then we take a shot. I agree, but you're not going to be able to do play action fakes and those things if you don't run the ball. And I think you got to run Miles. I think Miles has to have 15 carries tomorrow.
Unleash him.
Unleash Miles Sanders, man. He is so. Did you see him slam the ball? He's so frustrated. He's ready to explode. The more you give Miles Sanders the ball, the more likely he's going to break something big.
And not even just that though. Like he threw the ball down, and then there's some times where people are saying he's dancing way too much, but he knows he's not getting the ball all game, so he's trying to make a big play happen for what the snaps he's given. He already knows he's going to have a light snap count, most likely.
Right.
I wonder if he knows that before the game. If he has, all right, it's just throughout the game. It's just how it goes. I mean, it must be frustrating. Like I don't know how he hasn't said anything to the. Maybe he has. Maybe he has behind closed doors. Maybe he went upstairs. I don't know. We'll see though.
I have no idea. Chalk it up, Sports Philly. He says. And thank you for Super Chat. That's Tone DeShields, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So I guess change your name. Congratulations on the new name. Everybody click the link. Click his name. Go sub him up. He says, thoughts on Davonte so far? It's Tone DeShields. I knew it. But thank you for Super Chat. My thoughts on Davonte Smith are simple. He is who we thought he was. Davonte Smith, to me, has been fantastic. Even though he may not have flashy numbers in a lot of these weeks, when you go back and you look at it, he is open a lot, dude. He's open a lot more than he's gotten the ball. in my opinion.
See those comeback routes he did against KC? I mean, like at least 10 yards of separation. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dilly Philly says, I got Wilder under 6. I have Wilder under 7. And I think Tyson Fury is going to win the fight. But I took Wilder because I wanted the underdog. Because it paid better. It was simple. You know, I got my own fight coming up next June. I'm going to be live streaming on YouTube. I got a big fight, a big matchup coming. Everybody's going to see me versus Ben Franklin. I'm going to kick his ass. I'm fighting Ben Franklin next June, everybody. It's true. Walt Whitman's going to be the referee. It will happen. I think Davonte Smith has been fantastic, though.
Oh yeah.
That touchdown. See that touchdown where he stepped out of bounds. I still don't get it. I thought he was pushed out of bounds, meaning he only has to put 2 feet to come back in. He got 3 feet in. I still don't understand why that wasn't a touchdown. Yeah. And not only that, it was funny because in that game, to me, if you score that touchdown there, I am not giving Kansas City the ball back. I would have onside kicked that ball. Yeah. And that would have been it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
That's what I would have done. Yeah, Smith has been great. No question about it, dude. Is there any? What's your biggest concern? What scares you the most about tomorrow?
Our defense, and entirely 100% our defense. Like getting Panthers off the field tomorrow, and I hope they do. I know it was KC last week. I understand that. I mean, hopefully they don't do that. Tomorrow, but getting pressure on Sam Darnold. It's not necessarily coverage, but you got to compensate coverage for pressure with the defensive line. So
yeah. Danger Russ says, what's your thoughts on the Russell Wilson deal? Man, that was a nasty injury. Wish him well. I mean, he's gonna be out a few weeks. Question is can you survive with Geno Smith for a few weeks? That's gonna be the question. But if you can, you'll be fine,
Yeah.
Junior says, oh my God, it's Denzel Washington. I know. I tell everybody.
What's crazy?
Denzel Washington.
You know what's crazy though? Even with Russell Wilson, like he's had a bad offensive line for so long. Like I remember like him coming back to the Seahawks. Like he wants to get more in on the front office decisions on what to do because he's really I mean it looks easy for him when we watch him on TV, but no protection for him. It stinks that he's out though. So
yeah, it is crazy. So Richie says Denzel versus Mike Myers. You're the Halloween guy, right?
Well, there's a Mike Myers actor.
Oh, I thought he meant isn't Michael Myers the Halloween dude?
Yeah, Michael Myers, not Mike Myers.
Oh. I don't know. What's the difference?
Michael and Mike. That's the difference.
We got 319 people here. Please subscribe. Click the link in the description and sub up my man Joey Shakes. I just saw thoughts on J-Joe. Yeah, we talked about this, Randy, earlier. He stinks. Stinks. You don't draft a second round wide receiver for primarily blocking. And the fact that they use him every time he's in, they run the ball or they throw a wide receiver screen is ridiculous. Like it's too predictable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And if he's not getting, he's just a wasted body. Like I said earlier in the stream, I think Howie's just trying to justify that second round pick. I think they're literally forcing Nick Sirianni to keep him in games. Just see what he does. I don't know.
Yeah. Duncan Wright says, Denzel, I thought it was Bruno Mars the way he sing. Well, look, I could sing, where's the swamp rat? Where's the swamp rat? Where's the swamp rat? You've been pizzled double moonwalk cause the Giants always stink. That's for Timothy Looper out there because I keep seeing he asked for the swamp rat song. There you go, buddy. Yeah, here's a great question, JJ. Do you think Davion Taylor can make a difference? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, they haven't put him in. I mean, even when Schwartz was here, they didn't start him until week 10 when he was here his last year. So, I mean, he was hurt the offseason plus a few games. So, he's just getting to the mix, but I don't know if – I don't think so. I don't because the rest of the defense is a total mess. Like, You still need that defensive line. You still need pressure. You still need it. So regardless, whatever linebackers you have in there, it's not going to work with it. So I don't think so.
Right. Yeah, no question about it. I totally agree. Denzel versus the Halloween guy in a fight. Denzel will definitely win. What do you mean?
You sure?
I don't know. Smith might have a tough day versus Jackson. Well, Gilmore's not playing, so that's not a problem. Look, I think Dallas showed last week how to beat Carolina. You can run the ball on Carolina. You got to run the ball. I still don't understand why Jordan Howard is not up. Can somebody explain that to me? I don't get it.
You can't. I mean, you might as well just have 2 running backs if you're not even going to dress Boston Scott. So I don't know.
Right. Keith, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Crank the Soldier Boy and Superman that." What does that mean?
It's a song.
Oh, okay.
It's an oldie. It's an oldie.
See, when I hear Superman, I think of dun, 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 dun.
No. No.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look, it's Mark Holmes, Mother Humper. One more day with this thing and it's gone. Oh, man, thank God. Let's see here. Caesar, what's up, buddy? He says, I think we should draft number 8 wide receiver from the Longhorns. He's going to be special. I haven't seen enough of him to know. But, I mean, I think hopefully you're going to have a lot of picks and you can go. I think they need a premier defensive end. Like, I think that's, to me, my number one goal out of this draft. You know?
Yeah.
No question.
I agree.
Carlos says, Rager stinks, JJ stinks, Fulgham stinks, Ward non-factor, Scott, Howard, waste of money at this point. I'm not convinced on saying Rager stinks right now. I know that he hasn't lived up to it, but I still think that there's talent there. JJ definitely stinks. Fulgham doesn't even get a chance. Ward, it doesn't get enough of a chance. Scott, they don't use, and Howard is sitting. I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not giving the guys enough chances, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, Dilly Philly, what's up? What's happening? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, LaRaven Clark, like Eagle Clark, activated. Will he play if Dickerson struggles? I see him more as a backup for one of the tackles in case somebody gets hurt or goes down. You need depth there. I think that's why they're activating him. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do tomorrow. You know, I would like to see Jordan Mailata at left tackle, not right tackle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would keep. I mean, he's getting paid to play at his spot. Just let him play at the blind side. I don't know why you're switching that up. I mean, he plays well, but I guess they're trying to compensate for a weakness on the right side.
Yeah.
So
Philly the podcast. Shout out to Philly the podcast, man. If you guys haven't, click the link and sub him up as well. He is the man. He is the man.
Yes, he is.
Noah Ray, thank you for the super chat. He says Xavier Worthy is number 8 on Longhorn. He's a baller. I'll have to check him out. I haven't even gotten to my draft, like looking at who's out there, who's coming out. I'm trying to win this week, like against the Panthers, because I feel like if the Eagles can win this game, they can turn the whole season around.
Mm-hmm. Even
if they don't beat Tampa on Thursday night, I think they have a chance at going up against Vegas. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So we'll see. Let's see. Brandon says, hot take. I will get Trey Fletcher Cox today. I know. I can't. I always say it wrong now. Ever since that damn night, I say Fletcher's Cox. And it just sounds really bad. He's washed up. My 245-pound out of shape ass has the same amount of Fletcher and Bar. I know exactly. You have the same amount of sacks as Fletcher's cock. Dude, it's so bad. I can't help it.
It's honestly really embarrassing. Like, it's that embarrassing.
It is. I can't stop saying it, dude.
No, I'm talking about. No, that's always embarrassing. But I'm saying Fletcher Cox and just his production this year. Fletcher Cox
and his production. What is he making babies? Man says I don't see what Giants fans see in Daniel Jones. I think Hurts is better than him. I'm not impressed with Daniel Jones either. I mean, I know he has a skill set, but to me, I don't know. I know he played good against New Orleans last week, but we'll see. We'll see what he does against Dallas, you know?
Yeah.
Westy Rock 5 rings says, why is the Eagle team going downhill for 500, 100? We'll see. We'll see. One game at a time. That's all we can do. The only good dude on the Eagles is Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders. The rest of the team, the rest need to go if you want your team to get better. Simba, what do you think about Davonte Smith? Davonte Smith's pretty good, man. You know?
Very good.
Fletcher Cox has not been good. I just need to call him 91.
Yeah, you do. I was going to say
91 just has not been. His production's been off, and I don't think the coaches are doing him any justice. You know what I mean? Yeah, Joey's thank you for super chat. He says, with Miles only having one season left on his contract, do you think we let him walk? It's starting to look like Gainwell will be running back 1. I think that could happen. I mean, it totally could happen. I don't like it.
No.
And I would not stop using him because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's that's why I'm starting to think now, because I think they drafted Gainwell and now he's becoming he's starting to work out a lot more in this offense, starting to be more of the favorite in this offense. So
yeah,
I'm hoping it's not the case, but I mean they still got to pay Goddard, they still got to pay. I mean if they pay Miles Sanders after next year, so I don't know. I mean they have to trade some veterans now. They're going to have to do something. I mean they got. There's no way they could get it done.
So let's say you're 1-6. You're 1-6. Let's say you lose to Carolina, you lose to Tampa, you lose to the Raiders. Do you sell at the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Who would you sell? Is there any limit to the amount of people you would sell?
There's a lot of people I would. I mean, obviously the players that aren't doing much for us. I mean, Fletcher Cox, I think, just has to stay here as just for a. I don't know. He just needs to stay here at this point, just for a full year. I mean, unless they get offers on the table, if they say, "Hey, let's just put Fletch on the block on the," I said Fletch on the block, and just see.
Cox on the block.
I was gonna say Fletch on the Cox. I almost said that.
It's brutal. Once you start thinking about it, it messes with your head.
It does.
Now I can't even say the guy's name right.
So I don't know, if there's some guys coming off of a 1-year contract and they feel like they should trade somebody, I think they should be big time sellers. I think they should be big time sellers. That's definite. Buyers not sure, but
No, I wouldn't buy. I mean, who are you going to buy? You're going to have so many high picks. I'm not selling any of those picks.
Mm-hmm.
Dilly Philly says, "I love the combo. Philly 500 Joey Shakes. It's always great." Thank you, man. We appreciate that. And we appreciate the 314 people in the chat right now. Please please subscribe. Click the link in the description. Sub up my man, Joey Shakes. I was about to say
Fletcher.
because I'm reading JP Martinez says I'm selling Cox, and I was reading that as I was saying. It totally screwed me up, dude. All right, Solo. Oh my God, this is just crazy. Brandon says, "What time are you streaming tomorrow? Because I work." I'll be streaming. I'm streaming the Eagles, and then I'm going to go directly into the Giants-Cowboys game after. And then I guess at some point, me and you will do a post game later on Joey's channel. What are your plans for tomorrow?
I'll be streaming the game and probably gonna stream the game, and then I'm gonna do a post game, and then wait until we do the shakedown later on at night. So that's what we're gonna do, most likely.
Yeah. That's cool. I missed the super chat. Let me see.
I don't see it.
Let me see if it showed up here.
Oh, it's there. It's there.
Oh, is it a $2 one?
Yeah, it's a $2 one.
See, why did the $2 never show up? Oh, it did show up. I just flat out missed it. I'm sorry, Parker. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, maybe Fletcher Cox cannoli intake has been too low. Maybe too low. Maybe
you guys, it's just talk about Fletcher Cox. Okay, you guys remember when the burglar went to his house? I forgot what year that was when Fletcher Cox called the cops. That is a tongue twister, and he had the shotgun ready, and he was like, "I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him." He was on the phone.
How did Fletcher's Cox dial the phone though? Yeah, I do remember that because they had the whole You could listen to the police call. It's probably still online.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It definitely is. Yeah.
I can't help it, dude. Every time I say the name now, it comes out really bad.
He's gotta get traded.
You know? Maybe he just needs to produce. I'm just gonna call him 91. Steve says, 500, you ready for another Eagles loss, another Cowboys win? I'm not. I'm really not. But, I mean, the thing is, if Dallas wins, which I think Dallas is going to win, right? The problem is they could pull away if the Eagles don't win. But if the Giants win, then I have to deal with the Giant fans for all week because they are going to be their whole season turns around with a win versus Dallas. No question about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it does. I think the Eagles' season turns around with a win. I really do. You know, I think it's big. Yeah, Brandon Graham was a huge miss. That defense was good week 1. It was good in the first half when Brandon Graham was playing. When he went down, it wasn't the same. Has not been the same since. They had a 9-10 minute drive. I think that was a big. I think that was a big loss, man.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about the tight ends. How do you think they've been using the tight ends this year so far?
Yeah, Cowboys Super Bowl highlights on History Channel, no question about it. Well, I thought the last game they used Dallas Goedert much better, but before that, I haven't liked it at all. I thought San Francisco they were non-existent. Dallas they didn't really use them at all, and I haven't liked it. You know, but I'm going to say this. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think Dallas Goedert looks better than Zach Ertz.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that you got to get him signed.
I think we knew that before the season started. We knew Goddard was just going to play better, but we wanted to see him as a number 1 tight end this year, which is really not happening either. So
well, I mean, but I thought he was good. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. He had that one really nice catch. They took a touchdown back from him. That was, I thought, a horrible call. And I think Dallas Goedert can play. I think he just needs to play and he needs to be utilized. You know, I think he looks better than Ertz. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think Ertz is older.
When it comes to yak yardage, when it comes to getting yardage on getting hit, and obviously you can catch those really big catches and a good red zone threat as well, and a deep threat too because he's gone down for some. I think he's better in those areas. I think with Hurts, I mean with Ertz, you get really a nice separation at the top of his route and reliable hands if the ball's thrown good to him.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
I'm just saying the eye test for me. I think Goddard has stood out a lot more than Ertz. Goddard plus Jackson tight end of the future. I think so, and I think that it's a mistake not signing
Tyree Jackson, dude. Tyree Jackson, guys. That's going to be a big one come next offseason. It's going to be big. I mean, even this year. He could use 3 tight ends this year and use Tyree Jackson this year.
If you could actually develop him. You've got to develop the guy. You know what I mean? No question about it. Tortyville says, Gannon seems too stubborn to change his scheme. His system puts too much on the linebackers, and our linebackers stink. Well, that's why, we were saying that earlier, you don't, they want to play the 4-3 and then go into 3-4, and they're doing all that shifting. You don't have the linebackers to do what they want to do. You don't. I totally agree with you. You need this team needs linebackers. My gosh, man. You know what I mean?
It's like, how many more weeks are you going to do this for? Gannon could be gone before the season even ends at this point if he keeps doing the same thing every game.
Yeah. Now you got reports today that they're already that Sirianni's already frustrated with him.
There are already arguments now.
So I don't know what that's going to lead to, but to me, Gannon's got to show us something this week. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, my bad.
No, I was just going to read Witch King's comment. He said, Goddard has been Mr. Reliable thus far. Agreed. Totally agree with you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, guys, this is a Nick Sirianni hire. He hired his own coaching staff. This is on Nick that he hired Gannon. So, this isn't Howie Roseman. Nick hired his own staff. This is his staff. So
yeah. Yeah, I agree. Parker, thank you for the super chat. He says, need Fletcher Cox to get more interior penetration. I fell right into
Yeah,
that
you
one.
did.
I was going to say 9. He used to be able to blow past double teams. Now they sit on 91. Maybe he should watch more film. I think his numbers have been coming down for a few years, but I think also what they're asking him to do is not good. You know what I mean? I think that's a part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I hear you. Let's see. Okay. Daniel, welcome to Dingbat Superfans, my man. Welcome to Dingbat Superfans. I just put up 2 videos today with it. I have a tinfoil later, but thank you for joining. Appreciate that so much. What the hell was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. I think it was something about the linebackers. Like how are your feelings with Wilson so far? How do you like him so far on this team? You think he's been good, bad?
I think he gets his tackles, but I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, I think he'd be a good role player if everything around him was better and everything. Obviously the scheme definitely changed. I think some of these linebackers would be good. I think Eric Wilson could be good as a role player, but as a star, as something that you're going to sign a multi-year deal with after this year, no, definitely not.
Yeah, this team desperately needs linebackers. Tortiville says, we need our pressure defense. We need to use a pressure defense to try to mix up the blitzes to mask the linebackers. We were saying that, yeah. It will be more risky to our cornerbacks, but some quarterbacks won't be accurate enough to make us pay deep. Yeah, I agree. And like the last week was the perfect example because every possession Kansas City was going right down the field. And I don't know how Gannon at some point doesn't say, you know what? We've got to take a chance. We've got to risk. We've got to come with a blitz. Patrick Mahomes may burn us on this, and he may kill us on this. But we have to do something because we're not getting possessions. We're not turning over the ball. We're not stopping them. And at some point, when do you say enough's enough? To me, to just do the same thing over and over and over again is Jim Schwartz crap.
They let Jim Schwartz like do this every single week and keep Nate Gary at linebacker and get burned every single game. Like I don't know. Like if Nick says something about it, are they going to say, okay, yeah, sure? Like, it's like we need to get rid of him or they need to change it up? Like, I don't know. It's not going to get better with this defense. It's just not. I have no faith in our defense at all.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Willie Vassar says, Philly, as a Cowboys fan, the way to beat the Panthers is to get after the quarterback. Yeah, that's exactly what we were saying. To me, that's the big key. If you can put pressure on Darnold, I think you got a chance to win this game. Mm-hmm. If you can do that and run the ball, I think you got a chance to win this game. If you don't do that, you're going to get killed. Well, that's the if. And when I say pressure, I don't just mean Derek Barnett shows up. I'm not putting anything on him. Or Hargrave has 3 sacks. I'm saying you're going to have to dial up blitzes. You're going to have to bring pressure. You're going to have to try to confuse him. You're going to have to give him looks, and you're going to have to hit him. Because if you don't do that with those receivers, they're gonna have a big day. Mm-hmm. I totally agree with him. I do. I think we are lucking out that McCaffrey's probably not playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we definitely are. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if number 91. We'll see if he actually shows up. I'm curious to see how he's going to react this week when after all the criticism. Jessica says the Giants about to get a beatdown. Period. Go Cowboys. All right. Well, I mean, I think the Cowboys are going to win, but I need them not to. You know what I mean? Andrew almost lost his 3-inch killer the other day. That's a whole different story that was on the other stream. But I'm glad that you didn't have to cut it off, buddy. Howie needs to start trading older Eagles. Lane Johnson, 91. And the dumbass defensive end amount others. I think there's a lot of guys that they got to get rid of. No question about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Rebuild this defense. That's what they got to do.
They have Gilmore, or they have no Gilmore. Yeah, they have no Gilmore or Horn tomorrow. So I mean that's going to help. No question about it. So I have the Cowgirls losing, biggest upset of the week. Are you a Giant fan? I look, it could happen. I mean, Look, NFC East games, you never know what's going to happen. Giants got to have a lot of confidence going into New Orleans and winning. It could happen. And Dallas, we know Dallas, they always start to feel themselves and they think they're great. And then they come in and they lay an egg. Could happen. And if it does, Mark Holmes loses all his hair. Oh, well. It's going to be interesting. So we got 320 people here still. Thank you so much for being here. Please please subscribe. We're going to do about another 5 minutes. Then we're going to let you guys go. A lot of streaming going on tomorrow. So I want to make sure that we're all rested up and ready to go. It's going to be a big game tomorrow. Yeah. Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Anything that we've missed about tomorrow and going in?
I mean we've pretty much covered everything about the game. I mean it's just going to come down. It's going to come down to keep staying off the penalties. Jalen Hurts, going through his progressions and being accurate and moving the pocket when he has to. Hopefully this offensive line with the changes they're making, they could hold up. And defensively, we just need to make stops. I mean, and we haven't done it. I mean, we have to make stops. We have to, at least get some turnovers. At least, we need to get some confidence in this team. I think a win would help definitely to move forward. Never mind the Tampa game. Tampa game's home Thursday night. So, I mean, it would be nice to get a win like that too. If they even win against Tampa and Brady has a bad day or, they have some they have some wounds that, that they start to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. So I think they could get this win. I mean, it's hard for me to say they're going to win this game with our defense playing like this. Like I have more faith in our offense, definitely. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. 3,500. That's how we beat the Panthers. The quarterback is a runner. He likes to run. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I said in my in my preview, that you have to run the ball and you have to put pressure on Darnold. If you could do that, I think you got a chance. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Richie has a question for you, Joey. Madden game simulation?
Not this week. Probably next week. Next week, most likely. Yeah.
Now, is there a new
Sunday.
Halloween movie coming out?
Next Friday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will be there.
Are you going? Is it in the theater or is it one of those like you could rent at home?
You could stream it like for $5 for it's called Peacock. I'm not kidding.
Why? Of course it is.
You can stream it on Peacock on the day it comes out,
you
or
think
you can
Fletcher
go to the theater.
Cox was going to go to Peacock?
He might. $5 a month. It's all it costs to watch free movies. So
interesting. I think I have Peacock app. I think it has Airwolf and old shows on it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Mark Holmes says we need deeper penetration on defense. Yes, just like Adrian said from the Bitter Birds. It's like all running backs find glory holes. With a lot of holes against us because those linebackers are not good, man. They're just not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. We got to invest. We have to invest in one, whether it's, I don't know what free agents are going to be available. I mean, they might have, I just want to draft. Like, I just want to just build. Like, I don't want to get old players, and I want to build, you know what I mean? Like, we missed out on a lot of linebackers over the years, and at this point, like, it's hard for me to say they're going to draft one early because I know they're not, but they're going to have a little bit of cap space. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with it.
Yeah, well, here's one for you, Joey. Simulation Normalization says, Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees would be a great movie. Who you got?
Oh yeah, I would definitely pick Michael in that movie. If they made a movie like that, that'd be great. That'd be a fantastic movie if they made it. I don't think they're going to do it, but I think it'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Well, it's gonna be an interesting show. It's gonna be an interesting game tomorrow. I think the Eagles got a chance. I feel good about this. Like, I feel like we can win, but to me, it's what are they gonna come out and do? If they win this game, I think it turns the whole season around. Even if you lose to the Buccaneers, you're in it. If they lose, I think it's a scary proposition the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it really is, and that's the truth. And then if we get to 1-6, I'm like, what's the? I start trading everybody, dude.
At this point, yeah.
Especially if Dallas keeps winning. Because they're gonna, if they beat the Giants, they're gonna run away with this division. That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah,
I agree. So we'll see. But thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on the Philly Shakedown podcast. We'll be back tomorrow night, post-game late. I don't know exactly what time, but we'll figure it out. But with that said, we are going to let you guys go. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. And I hope everybody takes care. We will talk to you later. And, of course, don't be a dingbat. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, wait. We got another super chat.
Super.
Oh, let's get it out. Parker, thank you for the super chat. He says, our linebackers need to shoot gaps like they're filling cannolis. What a way to end this stream.
Yeah, I feel like they're sitting, like they're waiting until the run goes upfield. Like the safeties are moved back even further. Linebackers are moved back. They wait till if there's a breakout run. If our defensive line doesn't make the tackle, I feel like they're being patient. They're just waiting.
Well, how come
they're giving up yards?
They don't even run blitz though.
No,
they don't even run blitz at all. It's just. I just feel like we're back to this Jim Schwartz where it's like, hey, this is my defense, and I'm going to run what I want to run, regardless of what my personnel is. You know what I mean? I hate that. I hate that kind of coaching. I really do. It's like we're going to stick this square peg in a round hole. It does not fit. It's not going to fit. Why don't you look at your defense and say, this is what they do good. We're going to build our defense around that. That's what drives me up a wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So, I don't know. But anyways, guys, tomorrow it is on. We will see what happens. With that said, we're going to let you guys go. Take care. Talk to you later. And, of course, don't be a dingbat.
See you guys.